This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime. In association with Micromax. Nothing like anything.
Hello and welcome to our special show where we bring you the story of success of one of the most reliable and iconic builders of Bengaluru, Mantri Developers. Bengaluru's developers have always made their mark for the quality of construction and foresight with which they execute projects. And among Bengaluru's developers, there is no greater story than of a developer who started small, only to literally build a concrete empire that is today defining the city's skyline. A developer who started his base in the textile industry, but is today one of the city's real estate mavericks who has managed to turn every project he touches into gold. Here's the journey of the iconic Mantri Developers.
It's another landmark achievement for the Mantri Developers. They've just inaugurated the first project in South India that uses tunnel-form technology for construction.
Will be placed and concrete will be done.
Technology that will let the Mantri Developers complete one entire floor of an apartment in one day. A feat that stays close to their founder's vision for the company.
Now, think big is very, very important, and unless you have a big challenge in front of yourself, you will become lazy. So definitely you have to think big and keep working towards that.
This mantra is not new for Mantri Developers. Innovation has been a component in every part of their journey.
Marketing office का जो उधर का रोड है ना वहाँ का.
It began back in 2006, right after the government had opened doors for FDI in real estate in India. Global funds were on the lookout for their big investment, and it was a small but rising real estate company in Bengaluru, Mantri Developers, that made history by receiving India's first real estate FDI.
There were many investors. In fact, 16 people were ready to invest with us. We shortlisted 3 and finally we gone ahead with Morgan Stanley. Getting money was not a problem, but what I saw at Morgan Stanley, intellectual capital, because the people whom I met, their India head, Asia Pacific head and global head, really they were very, very brilliant people with tons of experience, and we were new, we were not having big exposure in the world, and when such a large marquee investor sitting with us in our board meeting, I think our vision got expanded quite a lot. We started looking for big and thinking big also. When I asked them, okay, why you decided to invest with us, what they told me, that they said, we saw some different ability with you. If everything becomes zero, I think in 3-4 years you will bring it back to the same level.
Excelling at different abilities has been a part of Mantri Developers' DNA right from inception. It started when Sushil Mantri was just 16 years old. A young boy helping his father with his textile business in Pune, all the while dreaming real estate.
I am basically a creative person. I like to do something new. I want to have every day some new challenges. In textile, it's very routine business. You know, just somebody is manufacturing and we are just selling. It was not creating any good kick or into whatever you can say. And in real estate, every day is a surprise. We get some new challenge, we get some new this one, and we enjoy doing that. And because we get an opportunity to create a skyline of the city, and that's a great business. In 1987, when we got the first opportunity to become a real estate developer, we were there to jump in that. And then we had a separation, and then between our brothers, and I shifted to Bangalore. And in 1999, I formed this Mantri Developers company. and started my career at Bangalore as a fresh.
He started making a dent in Bengaluru's real estate almost immediately, starting with the basics of hiring professional contractors to complete projects, a feat that was unheard of till then.
When we started doing residential, we given the work to professional contractors because we thought they are the professional in their field, we should give it to them. Because till then, the standard practice was to appoint several petty contractors and do it. We have done it, but today now it is the industry now. Then we are the first to start high-rise building because Bengaluru is known for low-rise.
See, basically it's the dedication and passion of Mr. Mantri as well with ourselves because we wanted to see this company to grow. The moment we saw the opportunity in Bangalore with budget apartments, we just explored that, which was accepted by Bangaloreans. After that, we came up with carpet area, which was the highest carpet area. And people accepted with such a challenge that it became a norm now. So we thought that with so many innovations and thinking ahead of time, definitely Mantri will be standing up.
But while Mantri developers got off to a fantastic start, the initial days were tough. Way before Morgan Stanley investment, capital was tough to come by for this visionary entrepreneur. A helping hand from a few friends helped him go a long way.
When I moved to Bangalore in 1999, actually I was not having any capital with me. And my old partners, Mr. U.V. Patel helped me. Then Rajesh Malpani, who is my very childhood friend, he also came forward, he invested some money with me. I always call him as a first Morgan Stanley. And we started doing business in a big way in Bangalore.
This was the biggest investment for Mantri before the Morgan Stanley investment. After which, there was no looking back for the Mantri developers.
It was also the beginning of a series of firsts for the Mantri developers, exploring uncharted territories in the real estate sector and making a mark by executing them. A lot of these were pioneering trends for the industry at large. This was made possible with a core value of PQRST imbibed in the company, another first in the market. And one of their biggest achievements so far is the Mantri Square Mall model.
In 2003, Sushil Mantri was celebrating the win for having acquired a 20-acre property from Mysore Mills. He had huge plans for this one. It was going to be a residential development unlike any other in the country. But the grand plans hit an obstacle just after he won the bid. The Bangalore Metro Rail Corporation informed him that the city's upcoming metro line would cut right through his property.
When the bid came, it was a city property and a quite large piece of land, and it was a huge amount, about 100 crore that time to raise was a very big figure in 2002. We looked for finances. ICICI Bank came forward. They also agreed to fund us, and finally we decided to go and won the bid. We were the highest bidder. Property came to us. We submitted all plans for approval, and that day it was a big shocker to us that PMRCL, which is Metro Railway, they decided to acquire some portion of the property, cutting into two pieces and making a big shock to us.
But instead of accepting their fate, Sushil Mantri decided to come up with a counter-intuitive proposal. After a lot of brainstorming, they decided to create one of India's largest malls instead of just a residential complex. They submitted a partnership model to the metro authorities that would ensure a win-win for both parties.
There are two approaches for any challenge. You fight it out or you compromise and become partner with them. I preferred here partnership approach because by coming metro, our territory of the mall, the entire Bangalore can come by metro, shop in the mall and go back very safely, comfortably.
Today, the Mantri Mall is a sprawling 1.7 million square feet structure run by some of the best minds in the mall management business. Housing over 250 retail outlets, and over 10,000 brands, it is a shopper's paradise. It's also one of the only few malls in India to have an ISO 9001 by 2008 certification for its remarkable standards in facility operations, maintenance and marketing. But the road to this achievement was not easy.
Convincing this new concept to the authorities was a big challenge. We took all the officials, almost 16 people from BMRCL to Singapore in ION project, which is a very successful project in Singapore. They asked thousands of questions to the promoters, capital and architect, everybody. And finally they got convinced that what proposal as a Mantri developer we have given is good for them, good for us and good for the city.
Thanks to his foresight and the enterprising team at the Mantri Square Mall, footfall today has risen by 14% and has more than 14 lakh shoppers every month. What's more, following the success of the Mantri Square Mall partnership model, the BMRCL has invited bids from several other private players across the city for direct access to metro stations, a testimony to how Mantri Developers sets trends for the city.
It's time for a break. After the break, we see how Mantri Developers have been trendsetters in the real estate sector. Mantri Developers have been trendsetters in the real estate industry of South India. There's no greater testament to that fact than their projects themselves. The team ensures that no two project concepts are alike. The result? Construction and engineering efforts like you've probably never seen before. Here's a glimpse into two of their most famous projects.
Massive 6,000 square feet homes bang in the heart of the city in the posh Cubbon Park area. This is one of Mantri Developers' flagship projects, the Mantri Altius. And it is unlike any other project Bengaluru has seen before.
That project was my brainchild. Idea was to create a 15 families who can live together and become a lifetime friends. And we worked quite hard to create something new, because that was also a first project in entire India where one apartment per floor.
And it is one floor, one apartment where you have 360-degree view. We always say that a bungalow can't give you what a flat can give it to you if we have these kind of facilities.
What does the 360-degree view guarantee you? Only an unbeatable panorama of Bengaluru's most iconic properties. A peek into the Cubbon Park, Vidhan Sauda, the Chinnaswamy Stadium and MG Road. And if constructing an apartment like that is not a complicated feat in itself, Mantri Developers decided to go one step ahead when it came to sales. All of Mantri Altius' apartments were sold by invite only.
A lot of people were actually apprehensive about it because such a large apartment, we were calling it villas in the sky, and even the sale was done through invitation. And he had a lot of thought process behind it, Mr. Mantri, and he wanted no two people from the same industry to be living in the community, so that, you know, when we all meet, it's not about business. And people saw who they were going to live with. A lot of people came on board after that, and we ran out of flats to sell.
Mantri Developers pulled a rabbit out of the hat with this project. Mantri Altius sold out within months of its launch. With that in the bag and Mantri Square Mall already established as the largest mall in the south, Mantri Developers has now moved on to their next big target. Constructing the tallest residential towers in South India, the Mantri DSK Pinnacle.
Every project is look-alike. What to introduce more? Pinnacle being our tallest building, that went into in a different marketing strategy because it was our first South India's tallest building. So that helped as being catered into a premium segment.
Shooting up to a dizzying 46 stories, these premium segment homes will be highly automated with smart home technology from Cisco. and have features like a helipad, a sky lounge and an observatory. To make the proposition even sweeter, Mantri developers are constructing the Pinnacle project in the IT hub of Bannerghatta Road. A well-planned out engineering and construction effort is being followed to make this project a success.
What we have done, we created standards for everything. And these standards makes life easy for everybody. From top to bottom, everybody knows what is expected, what is to be delivered. And on that basis, because things becomes very like a routine for anybody. And we work quite hard on planning, because our designs or our bar charts and Primavera, we really work hard. We plan well. I think then execution becomes a cakewalk for us.
With the project fast nearing completion, the Mantri DSK Pinnacle is set to be yet another Mantri property that will add shape to Bengaluru's skyline.
Mantri developers have ticked off many factors that most home buyers look at when it comes to buying their dream home. Project specifications, location and exclusivity. But it does not end with that. An important driving principle at Mantri developers is that customer is royalty. Here's how they score in the customer satisfaction department.
Mr. Khemka has been friends with the Bandyopadhyays for many years now. All of them were on the lookout for their dream homes in Bengaluru, but were cautious when it came to the developer they chose. After a lot of research, however, they decided to go with Mantri developers who were known for their customer centricity.
What is the best we can get out of the minimum money we have? So we got the house, but after we started staying in Mantri, and the main thing which impressed me was that trust and execution. They are committed. Whatever they say, we do it. That is the best what I like.
We book at the pre-launch stage, and for the pre-launch, once you launch, and it takes time, approval and all these. So the organization should make it clear at the first very beginning itself. So for Mantri is concerned, their dealings are transparent, very fair, nothing like that.
The onus is to gain customer trust at Mantri developers. One way they're attempting this is by innovating the way in which they connect and engage with customers post-purchase.
It's not an impulse buy. It's a lot of money that is being put in to buy an apartment. Customer loyalty is a very big part in our company. We like to maintain our relationships with them. It's not just before selling the apartment, but after selling it also. We have customer loyalty programs in which if they refer anybody, then they get points worth of that, worth of the agreement value of the purchaser. We also have other digital platforms in which we try and connect with them, try and get their feedback to see how we can up our game.
It does not end with old school face-to-face interactions. If Mantri developers are innovating when it comes to their projects, they're doing the same when it comes to gaining and maintaining their customer relationships as well.
We have our in-house prop care, which takes care of all our properties. So every time when we do the maintenance of the old projects, we learn a lot out of it, what the customer need is. So while designing the project, we keep those lesson learned of the past projects, and before a customer asks, we just upgrade it. So that way we could reach to the customers. And we never let the feedback of any customer go waste, because we feel every feedback or any criticism, we always take it positive and see that it is being implemented into a positive way.
But how do they manage to maintain Mantri developers' brand value among customers? By ensuring that their core values are showcased by every employee of the company.
Our core values are very simple. It is a 5 simple letter PQRST: punctuality, quality, reliability, speed and transparency. And if you see any business, I think this is applicable. And we just follow. Only one difference in our company is from top to bottom, everybody is percolated with this PQRST.
Nearly 2 decades after its inception, Mantri developers believe that the driving factor behind their success is their dedication to meeting commitments.
Whatever commitments you have given to customers, just honor it. And do whatever you need to do, but just ensure that your commitments are fulfilled. And I think that's a very big experience we have learned. because company can be made or company can be broken only on the commitment value.
Every day is not just another day for Mantri developers as they attempt to push the bar higher for excellence in real estate.
That's all for today in this special edition of Property It's Hot. Do keep watching us. For now, goodbye.